Welcome to episode 34 of Fresh and Uncooked. I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeff.
Jeff and I love to eat, and we know you do too, and we're here every week to talk about new menu items and products, give our opinions on the food we try and enjoy, and every episode has its own dedicated topic. What's number 34 going to be about, Jeff?
Chris, today we're talking about foods that are better when they're in a can or in a jar.
Plus, we talk about meat-free jerky.
Ooh.
Red Bull's new summer flavor.
Red Bull has wings.
And McDonald's is bringing back something from 1998.
Oh, get excited about that.
As well as an interesting way Sbarro pizza employees could get paid.
Interesting.
Oh, and there's a new chicken sandwich in town, Jeff.
Nice.
It's $10.99.
Not so nice. Not
Coming
anymore.
up next in food news.
Any news?
Is there any news?
I have news.
Food news.
Bad news travels fast.
Beyond Meat and Pepsi Cola have a joint venture called Planet Partnership, and they're debuting their first product, Beyond Meat Jerky. The partnership will be creating products that are, quote, better for the people and the planet. And rolling out this month nationwide in stores is original, hot and spicy, and of course, teriyaki Beyond Meat Jerky. 10 grams of protein per serving, no cholesterol, and of course, made with plant-based ingredients like peas and mung beans without soy, gluten, and all the bad stuff.
Okay.
No GMOs.
Well, it sounds like a good thing, right? I mean, who doesn't go on a road trip without grabbing some beef jerky?
Oh, yeah. And they get you almost have to have teriyaki as a flavor option, especially, if you're just starting out with flavors.
For sure.
I personally have never grab teriyaki, no matter who's making it,
Yeah, that's true. I usually go original or I go with something spicy.
Yeah, or something different, like not teriyaki. But anyway, I was curious, is there other plant-based jerky out there, Jeff, that you know of?
Not that I know of.
This
I
kind of a new thing, right?
I think so. I'm sure that there is, but I don't. Man, if I'm getting beef jerky, I go for beef jerky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but better for people and the planet.
Yeah, I get that.
You'd try it. I wouldn't try it, but you would try it.
I would definitely try it because if you think about beef jerky, it's really more about like the seasoning and the flavor of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would.
It can't be too tough and chewy though. For me, I like a softer beef jerky.
Right,
Like,
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting to see how the texture of this jerky is.
Exactly. That would be weird if they could kind of get the little pull with it, like you're biting into it and you're trying to get that piece off. That'd be crazy.
They do. They come so close with all of these different things. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to achieve that.
Well, we'll see. It's coming out this month. Stores nationwide. Another thing that's coming out very soon, another chicken sandwich.
Okay.
Panera has decided to step in. And yes, there is the spicy version. Panera announced their chef's chicken sandwiches. 2 new seared chef-crafted chicken sandwiches, the signature take and the spicy take, starting at $10.99. Starting at $10.99. Panera says the combination of its chef's sandwich expertise along with high-quality clean ingredients is well worth the price.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that necessarily puts them in the whole chicken war debate, right? Because if they're starting at $10 and you can get that Popeyes one, is it still $3.99?
You can basically get 3 Popeyes sandwiches.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Jeff. It's not fried.
It's just a grilled chicken sandwich, huh?
It's a seared chicken sandwich. Well, I got a little bit more information here. When I actually first saw this, I didn't notice the price. And I also noticed that it was a seared chicken sandwich. Mm-hmm. And then I saw the price and I'm like, oh my goodness. And then I read more about this and I cannot wait to try this, Jeff. It starts with the chicken, right? Quarter pound of 100% all white meat chicken, breast fillet marinated and seasoned with a signature spice blend. It's seared, golden brown, and then finished sous vide to lock in flavor, tenderness, and juiciness. And each fillet is topped with a crunchy topping of Parmesan crisps, garlic aioli sauce, leafy greens, and a buttery brioche roll.
All right. So it's elevated.
Seared, sous vide, Parmesan crisps, garlic aioli. It's like a whole new chicken sandwich world in my mind.
Yeah, it's different. That's definitely in a class of its own.
The spicy take is, instead of Parmesan crisps, it's got spicy pickle chips, and it's topped with their own special spicy buffalo sauce. Come on now. Available at select markets now and nationwide March 30th in a new tearaway box that helps protect the brioche roll and keep the sauce from dripping out. It's even got its own fancy box.
Wow.
It's going to be like opening up an iPhone, except it's a chicken sandwich. Like, they want the experience to start right away. This is crazy. By the way, from April 4th through the 10th, if you use the code FREEDRINK, you get a free drink with the purchase of a chef's chicken sandwich. So at least they're throwing in something there. I would assume that's through the app or online. Code free drink. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. Like I said, when I first saw that they weren't even a fried chicken sandwich, I was like, what's going on? When I learned more about it, I kind of got excited, and I can't wait to spend over $20 on 2 sandwiches in the near future.
Now, are you a big Panera fan?
I am not really a big Panera fan. No.
Okay.
Not at all. I can't even think about the last time. I mean, I've grabbed bagels from there more than a few times. Lunch, I don't like their cheddar broccoli soup. I kind of like the bread bowl thing for their soups, but I don't think I like any of their soups.
I think that you can't not like Panera. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, sure.
It's not bad. They have something for everyone. I got a gift card to there, I think, over Christmas time. So I went there in January.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't been there. But this sandwich, I'll try it. Why not? You know, it's a chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich, I guess.
Yeah. And it's really not, though.
Well,
that's Panera's thing. They say that their things are, and wow, and you probably need to be very careful on how I word this. But they say that a lot of their things are healthier. I mean, they do have healthier options. But those salads, there's so many things in their salads. Those salads aren't healthy anymore.
Well, something's coming back again. McDonald's is bringing back the wrong McNuggets dip. Oh, sorry. How did that get in me? Notes here. McDonald's is bringing back Szechuan sauce.
Yes, I saw that.
First released in 1998. There's a lot of history with this sauce, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
First released in 98 as part of a Disney promotion with the movie Mulan. It came as part of a Happy Meal with one of 8 toys, the good old days. After the film promo ended, so did the sauce. And then, 2017, it came back for a day because of the series Rick and Morty.
Yes.
Season 3, Episode 1. Apparently there was a dream. I don't watch Rick and Morty, but apparently there's a dream sequence. Rick ends up at a McDonald's to try the sauce one last time. It blew up on social media of people wanting to try the sauce. So McDonald's thought it was an awesome idea to bring it back for one day. People, of course, were disappointed. Not a lot of people got a chance to try it because, well, it was one day, and because McDonald's only sent about a dozen sauces to each store. They didn't think so many fans of the show would show up to come and try it. So they brought it back again in 2018 for a limited time. And now it's coming back again on March 31st and only available through the app this time, Jeff, while supplies last.
Wow. Well, good thing I have the app.
It can be ordered a la carte, a maximum of 5 sauces, or as a McNuggets sauce option, of course.
Cool. I'm going to do that.
I don't mind Szechuan sauce in a stir fry. But my nuggets, I don't know. My nuggets don't need a Szechuan sauce. So I don't think I'll be trying this one. But
I'll just do it for the novelty of it all.
Yeah. Hot mustard. That's all I got to say.
I still have 2 packets at home.
I got 1.
Oh, man.
It's down to the 1, man. It's like, oh, do I use it?
I should probably use those pretty soon. Make room for for all the Szechuan sauce that I'm going to get.
Just stop by McDonald's every morning, go through the drive-thru, and pick up your 5 maximum Szechuan sauces.
There is a McDonald's next to the day job that is not very. It's not very busy usually ever. I think I might be able to pull that off, Chris.
This is an interesting story. It's about Sbarro Pizza.
Okay.
I think everyone knows Sbarro, right? The global leader in impulse pizza category.
I like Sbarro, surprisingly enough. I really do.
In the malls, generally, at least around here.
At the Oasis. There's one at the Oasis. And I'm not going to lie, dude. I've gone there a couple times over the past couple of months for breakfast.
Do they do breakfast pizza?
They do. And they do breakfast calzones.
Oh. Ooh, really?
They do, right?
Really?
So I go to the Oasis like I'm traveling somewhere, like I'm going on a road trip, just to have breakfast at Sbarro.
A breakfast calzone?
Yeah.
I wonder if the mall ones do that.
Well, the mall ones aren't usually open real early. This one I think opens up at like 6 or 7 in the morning.
My goodness.
So it's more for the travelers. But yeah, I mean, it's been a minute. But yeah, the wife and I took a road trip not too long ago. Well, no, it is long ago because it was before the pandemic. And we found out that Sbarro had breakfast food. Yeah, they have breakfast pizza and calzones. Oh, dude, it's really good.
That's a whole new category I've never experienced.
Yeah.
Breakfast calzones.
It's just, it's right.
Well, they've partnered up with Dailypay to provide their employees with access to on-demand pay. Employees nationwide in the U.S. can have their earned wages instantly after they end their shift.
Wow.
Instead of waiting like 2 weeks for the check or whatever, they get, you basically get Dailypay and kind of, get your day's worth pay right away into your bank.
See, I need to get the weekend gig at Sbarro because I'm sure that you get a food discount and you get paid right away. I'll just work Sunday mornings or something like that.
Sunday mornings, serving up those breakfast calzones.
Oh, my God.
I'll be stopping by, Jeff.
Yeah.
Keep one warm for me. One more thing in food news, Jeff. Red Bull Summer Edition is coming out soon. A limited time flavor from the Red Bull Edition series. They're launching Summer Edition Strawberry Apricot in 8.4 ounce and 12 ounce orange colored matte cans. Though the flavor, of course, of strawberry, apricot, and a touch of peach. It hit shelves Walmart first, beginning on April 4th. And then nationwide at other retailers on May 1st. All supplies last. So if you're a fan of Red Bull, personally, I think it's disgusting.
I don't drink Red Bull. Don't touch that stuff.
Summer Apricot is coming out for the summer. There you go.
All right.
That's your food news for episode 34. Canned food. What tastes best in a can? And I can kind of think of some things that would taste that are worst in a can. Like, I think any vegetable is worse. The worst way you can get it is in a can.
Okay. Now, I think there's an exception to that. When I was coming up with this topic, I had to think about it afterwards. And I thought about it. I was like, oh, well, we'll talk about things that are better in a can. And then I thought to myself, is there really anything that's better in a can? Here's the one thing that I feel is probably better in a can, and I've never had it any other way. I don't know if it's available any other way. Maybe somebody has a recipe, and I'm sure there's a recipe somewhere. I'll probably never try it out, and I don't even know if I like this stuff anymore. I ate a lot of it as a kid. Creamed corn. Creamed corn in a can is good. It's delicious. Have you ever had creamed corn?
I am the only person in my whole extended family that likes creamed corn.
Really?
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the same for me, but it's good, isn't it? I've
not had it in a long time, but yes, there is a way to make it at home. And honestly, it is way better than the can.
Is it really? Yeah. Okay. Is it a lot of work? It seems like it's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
Most of the things in a can kind of are a lot of work. And they usually taste better when they're, done the old school, home style way. But let's face it, this is more about convenience, I think, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Unless you're talking like canned pasta.
Canned pasta. Are you talking about SpaghettiOs and beefaroni and stuff like
ravioli
that?
in a can. Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, it's convenient. Sure, you can open that can, plop it into a bowl, throw it in the microwave, and you got pasta in 30 seconds. But I think it's well worth the wait to just make a little spaghetti at home.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a spaghetti person.
Oh, that's
I've
right.
mentioned that before.
Spaghetti's my default pasta, Jeff, for the future reference.
Okay. But
You know
Chef
what I mean.
Boyardee, man, when I think of Chef Boyardee beef ravioli, as an adult who works, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I can justify just buying that.
Yeah.
Remember they used to have a chicken ravioli too, Chef Boyardee?
No.
Oh.
Even as a kid, I never really looked at any of the Chef Boyardee because I don't think I could eat it when I was a kid.
Okay. It's very,
Yeah. Man. I kind of feel that way for a lot of soups, though. But a lot of canned soups are better than canned pastas and canned vegetables. But unless it's Campbell's tomato soup, I cannot put the seal of approval on it.
do you feel that Campbell's tomato soup is better than a lot of homemade tomato soups or what?
I don't think I've had too many homemade tomato soups, but I don't think there's any way to duplicate what a Campbell's tomato soup can do.
Okay.
That condensed, sweet, tomatoey thickness that's in that can, I don't think can be duplicated. You could easily make a tomato soup, but
Yeah, when you make that tomato soup, you're supposed to add water to it, right? Or something. And you said you add something different to yours?
I depends what I'm making, but yeah. Like if I'm going tomato soup, grilled cheese, I'll do half a can of milk instead of water.
Half a can of milk?
Yeah, because you use the can, you know, take the soup out of the can, then you usually fill the whole can up with water, and that's your measuring. I go half can, but milk.
Okay, good deal.
So it's still a little thick, but it's kind of got the bisque creaminess going. Mm-hmm. That's how I get gourmet with my Campbell's tomato soup.
Now, Campbell's chicken noodle soup is probably the most popular soup ever.
You think so?
It has to be,
Most
right?
popular. I know we've talked about how just grotesque that stuff is before on the podcast, but you think I suppose it's been around for a long time.
It really has.
I don't know.
I remember
number one nowadays, but I guess all time it could be up there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure initially it outsold everything. Well, there was probably two soups.
Yeah. Tomato and chicken noodle.
And chicken noodle.
And cream of celery.
So that chicken noodle soup, though, I remember I don't eat it because it's just, I just can't bring myself to do it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I remember my dad would eat it and he would never put water in it.
Oh, he'd go straight up. He'd go full concentrate, huh?
Yeah. And I thought about it, like why he did that. When you put water in there, it really waters it down.
Yeah.
Like that's not a soup that has a bunch of flavors.
Just salt.
I mean, salt and chicken is really the only thing you get out of that.
Yeah.
So I would imagine not putting any water in there gave it more flavor, a more robust flavor.
Oh, yeah. Tons.
More salt, more chicken.
Just more in your face Campbell's chicken noodle.
I guess in a pinch, I'd have chicken noodle soup in a pinch.
Had it plenty of times as a kid, but
Oh, same here. Yeah.
not even in a pinch. You can have my can, Jeff. We're in a pinch. One thing that is really good, and especially for convenience, is beans.
I was thinking that same thing.
Beans in a can. Yeah, I know you were, Jeff.
Oh.
We've done 34 episodes. I know where you're going. Now, I don't know if you actually get much, like if there's a flavor difference from if you took the dried beans and you rinsed them and you cooked them, I think for hours and upon hours for most beans. I don't know, maybe there is a flavor difference and maybe it's way better if you take the time to do it. But this is, like we said, all about convenience. And I'm talking like, kidney beans, pinto beans, black beans, not like green beans, beans have to be at the top of the list of canned foods.
Absolutely. And I've done the dried bean thing before where you soak them and all that.
Yeah, that's what you get. That's what takes the longest, right? Soaking them.
Soaking them, and then they want you to pick through them and pick out the bad ones.
Make sure there's no rocks.
Right.
Yeah, no rocks in the cans. That's what I love.
I've done that before, but man, there's just something about it.
Yeah. Imagine trying to make chili and you got to soak your beans, you know?
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times.
Have you?
It's been a long time. But now I just buy the beans.
I just buy the can.
Yeah.
What about canned baked beans?
I do like the canned baked beans.
Here's the thing about baked beans. Now, maybe this is just from my view on things over the years, but people say, at least, again, from my eyes here, when people say I have a great baked beans recipe, I get excited because I like baked beans. Mm-hmm. And I've never really made them from scratch before. Because whenever I ask somebody if they could share a recipe for baked beans, it starts with canned baked beans.
It does.
And that's, I mean, sure, they're adding stuff to it, maybe adding more bacon and onion or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's weird that, their awesome baked beans where they just kind of zhuzh it up a little bit comes from, like a can of Bush's baked beans, for instance.
Yeah.
Or is that just me?
No, I think that's very common.
Okay.
Nobody soaks not too many people soak the beans. My parents did growing up. My parents did all the time. They really did.
Would they make baked beans?
They didn't make baked beans, but my dad made northern beans.
Yeah.
He would make black-eyed peas a lot. Mm-hmm. I think we did kidney beans and stuff like that too, where we would soak them. I think a few times for chili, but most of the time we'd get the canned ones. But they used to soak beans a lot.
I like baked beans. That's a great barbecue side dish. I think canned baked beans kind of fits in there with the bean category.
For sure.
How do you feel about canned tomatoes?
Once again, it's more of a convenience, right? I think for chili, yeah. I mean, I like making chili with just regular tomatoes and letting them simmer for a very long time.
Wow, I've never done that.
Really?
No, I've always gone canned tomatoes in my chili.
No, and same with like spaghetti sauce too. I'll use fresh tomatoes. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to cut up a lot, and it takes some work, but there's definitely a difference for sure.
I need to make more fresh pasta sauce with tomato sauce. I've only done that a few times, but it's also like tomato season is just so short.
True.
It's like July and August, can't last forever, unfortunately. But
yeah,
there are some imported tomatoes from Italy, San Marzano tomatoes.
Oh.
They're usually about, the big 28 ounce cans, the big cans of tomatoes, usually about $4 or $5 a can. But if you're going with something that you need fresh tomato flavor, nothing beats those when it comes to canned tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're going to spend the time and make some good tomato sauce for some spaghetti or whatnot, then San Marzano is definitely worth the few extra dollars a can.
Okay.
Huge flavor. Just make sure you're getting the real, if you look at the can and it says, packed in, Delaware or, Nebraska, you're buying the wrong stuff. Look for Italy ones.
Good.
This one might be a debate. Canned tuna.
That was another one that I was thinking of, Chris.
Yeah? Okay.
Man, we are on the same page.
Compared to fresh tuna, though? I mean, I can't speak for fresh, but it's kind of a different kind of tuna, though, right?
No, it's tuna. And I like fresh tuna. I like raw tuna. No, I mean, I think it's tuna.
Okay.
Well, they say, here's the thing. I guess there's this thing when they catch tuna that sometimes, what is it? Like the dolphins get caught in there. So there might be some dolphin in your tuna. Mm-hmm. But I think there's been measures that have been taken over the years to kind of eliminate dolphins getting caught in the nets or whatever. But I mean, tuna, I was thinking about that too. Tuna in a can rather than cooking tuna or anything like that. I mean, raw tuna, don't get me wrong, like sushi, it's good stuff. And just having some seared tuna that's still raw in the middle.
Kind of like a steak, like a medium rare.
Yeah, a tuna
thing
steak.
going on.
There you go. It's not bad, but there's something about tuna fish in a can that's really good.
Tuna also comes in pouches too.
Yeah, I've had that.
Is the pouch better than the can? It's definitely smaller than the can.
It is.
And about the same price as a can. You ever
True.
notice that?
Very
you don't
true.
Get as much meat in those pouches.
There really is. There really is, man. There's just something about tuna fish in a can that's special. I don't know. I don't know if it's some type of nostalgic thing or whatever.
Packed in water, packed in oil.
Packed in water.
Yeah.
Yeah, the oil gets to
you
be
don't
a
want
little
the
bit too
tuna oil.
much.
Yeah. It's not some fancy imported sardines packed in like Greek olive oil or something, you know.
No, that's where I get my
directly from the
anchovies.
Mediterranean. Anchovies. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And I buy the anchovies like that once in a while.
One of the biggest things that I think you can definitely say is best from the can, because I mean, you don't see like anybody doing this. And this is more of a seasonal thing, Jeff, but canned pumpkin.
Canned pumpkin.
Canned
Okay.
pumpkin. For making
Yeah.
pumpkin. You're not seeing people using fresh pumpkins to make pumpkin pie.
Right.
No. It's canned pumpkin. I think that might be the one thing that I think might only be available in a can. I don't know.
Well, I think that pumpkin filling, it's not really pumpkin at all.
Oh, really? We did a little in-show research, and Jeff's right. That's not exact. It doesn't have to be exactly pumpkin in the pumpkin puree. Apparently, the FDA. We should bring this up again next Thanksgiving episode, Jeff, when people are actually shopping for canned pumpkin. But apparently, the FDA doesn't crack down on what's considered pumpkin. It could be butternut squash or tons of other squashes. It doesn't necessarily have to be an actual pumpkin, like a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So they can even say 100% pure pumpkin, but it could be 10% of 10 different squashes.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah, I wonder where else that happens. That's ridiculous.
Well, the whole labeling on chicken is just a big joke.
Cage free or whatever.
Cage
right?
free. Yep.
Yeah.
Free roam. Is that one?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could literally just be like a 12-inch square of grass that they have access to and probably don't even know because there's 10,000 other chickens next to them. Wow. But anyway, canned chicken, since we're on the topic.
Once in a while, I have a taste for a chicken salad, and there's just some way that the canned chicken hits in a different way.
Yeah.
Than any fresh chicken would.
You know, I actually used to make chicken salad all the time with canned chicken. Mm-hmm. And then I started to go with the rotisserie route.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't buy canned chicken anymore. But yeah, there is a different texture to it. That's perfect, honestly, for chicken salad. You're right.
So we've talked about beans and tomatoes. And here's something in a pinch. I'm not saying that it's better, but it is something that works out pretty well. Mm-hmm. When you're looking for the convenience, I guess. Canned chili.
Ooh. Really? Jeff, I mean, don't get me wrong. When I started thinking about today's topic, obviously canned chili came to mind.
Once in a while, though, there's like some canned chili that's not horrible.
I just tried a brand I never tried, and I wish I remember which brand because it wasn't that good. The only time I do canned chili, Jeff, the only time is when it's time to make chili dogs.
Okay.
Had some, I don't know, 3 weeks ago maybe we did some chili dogs, and I went with a different brand, a premium brand, and it wasn't that great. I like the Hormel. Should have went with Hormel, but I tried a different brand. And like I said, I don't remember which one, but
I like the chunky chili.
Like
the
chunky,
Campbell's Chunky brand. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they made chili.
Mm-hmm. They have like a steakhouse one or something like that.
Oh.
And it's been a long time since I've had it.
Yeah.
But it's not horrible.
Canned chili.
And I remember too, I think I always add seasoning to it as well.
Well, it's like baked beans. You make your own chili out of canned chili.
In a way, yeah. Is my chili better? Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
But in a pinch, man.
In a pinch, yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like I said, I buy it for chili dogs because I'm not going to sit there and spend, 3-4 hours making chili for a silly little chili dog, going with the canned chili. We talked a little bit before the show, like, are we including jarred stuff into this category? And we decided, yeah, right. We're jars, cans, kind of the same family.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously pickles, olives, those are all going to be, stuff in a jar. That's obviously really convenient. Again, taste better than homemade pickles. I guess it depends on your pickle recipe, but what about dog food and baby food? Those are in jars and cans.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably better if you make your own for both, for sure. It's healthier.
You know what's in it.
Right.
You don't know if
and
there's
really,
any
I guess it's really for
100%
everything.
pure pumpkin stuff going on.
Yeah.
On the labeling.
And I guess that's what it really comes down to for anything that's jarred or pickled, right? If you make it yourself,
you know exactly.
You know what's in it.
Yeah. It's true. That's very true. You ever do canned fruit?
Once in a while.
Makes me first thing I think of is just fruit cocktail.
Yeah.
With the cherries.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like fruit cocktail. Canned pears, canned peaches. Those
right. Why are those cherries so red? Those cherries are so red.
Those are so red. And they put like one in the whole big can of fruit cocktail. It's kind of
right. And they're the best part too. Not the pears.
Yeah.
And I love pears. Like fresh pears are really good, but something about canned pears. No, thank you.
Yeah. I'll pass on those too. Plus it kind of adds, like the fruit kind of picks up that can flavor a little bit compared to other things,
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's because most of the other things you're cooking, so it kind of cooks that canned flavor out, but I don't know, man.
I can't think of anything really that anything else that would stand out that would be better in a can or even a jar for that matter than homemade.
The zombies come one day, Jeff. You got to make sure you got a lot of canned food on hand.
See, there you go. You have to put it in your panic room, your bomb shelter,
your canned food's gonna last. It's gonna last a long time. One other thing, canned nacho cheese sauce.
Oh, that is good. Man, that is good.
There's kind of nothing like it because it's
well, it's processed. It's just
very
straight
processed chemicals. Yeah. You can't make that on the stovetop,
True.
I mean, you could if you're really talented. But
well, I think that's just not even at that point in time. It's not even about it being canned. It's just about that being.
It's just how it comes.
Yeah, completely processed and fake.
Yeah, and hey, it's cheap to can it, so let's can it.
Have at it. It's good. It's delicious.
Yeah, let's end on canned nacho cheese sauce, John.
That's probably a good way to end.
Thanks for listening to episode 34 of Fresh and Uncooked, the podcast. Be sure to leave a review. Leave us 5 stars if you really like us. Leave us 4 or 3 maybe if you think we're just okay. Or just leave a review. Let us know what you like about Fresh and Uncooked. And follow us on social media, Twitter and Instagram over there at Fresh Uncooked. And on TikTok, Fresh Uncooked Podcast. Jeff, we talked about cans and jars and $11 chicken sandwiches on episode 34. So until next week.
Enjoy what you eat.